Would you kindly? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find? Would you kindly get this?
This is not a debate. This is not an argument. I am simply stating a fact.
This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. And no, I'm not talking about Trey making another useless video when he apparently has work in 2 hours. And by having work in 2 hours, I mean this dude is still up damage controlling, saying he still has to go to sleep. But guys, leave it to the Nintendo corporate slaving elite to try and detract from a victory from actual real gamers. When Nintendo announced this online service, it was met with an overwhelming negative response. If you don't believe me, go to Nintendo's official YouTube and look at the beautiful and chaotic amount of dislikes. Yeah, it's that bad, people. So here's the situation. Nintendo has cloud saves with a new online service, and according to their official fact on the Nintendo website, it states, and I quote, "Save data via the Save Data Cloud Backup is available for as long as you have an active Nintendo Switch Online membership." An active Nintendo Switch Online membership. There is no mention of a grace period, and there is no mention of the current 180-day rule. Don't believe me? Go look at the FAQ on the Wayback Machine. Go look at it. It's right there, all for you. Now, prior to today, people have been complaining and criticizing for obvious reasons, and people have been questioning Nintendo about this. And Nintendo's responses have been, we are unable to guarantee that cloud saves will be retained after an extended period of time, and they've also stated that there may be a grace period that lets players retrieve their save files after resubscribing. Neither of these allude to the current 180-day rule, which is funny because that's exactly what the FAQ says right now. And I quote, "If a Nintendo Switch Online membership expires, users won't be able to access their save data cloud backups. However, Nintendo will allow users who resubscribe within 180 days to access their previous save data cloud backups." And just like that, people, another victory for the gamers. Just like Fortnite today, y'all finally got crossplay with Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. Y'all won. Y'all complained enough. Your voices were heard. I keep saying, if you let your voice be heard, you can make a change. But even that isn't good enough for the Nintendo fanboys. These dudes are actually saying it was always 6 months, that it was always 180 days. But if it was always 6 months, and the service launched 2 weeks ago, why did the official Nintendo Switch Online FAQ only reflect that information as of yesterday? If it was always 6 months, wouldn't that 180-day thing have originally been included in the original FAQ for the Switch Online? And on top of that, if it was always 6 months, why would Nintendo say we are unable to guarantee that cloud saves will be retained after an extended period of time? Because they would be able to guarantee it. They'd be able to guarantee it for 180 days. And why would they also say there may be a grace period that lets players retrieve their save files after resubscribing? Why would they say there may be and we are unable to guarantee? Why are they speaking in language as if they are unsure if you guys are saying it's always been 6 months? Because if it's always been 6 months, they would not say in language, we are unable to guarantee, or there may be a grace period. It would always have just said 180 days. Simple. Because it wasn't always 180 days. Nintendo saw that smoke, and that they were getting all that smoke. And they saw all those beautiful and chaotic dislikes, and guess what, people? They changed their policy. And this is a good thing. But if you're a Nintendo fanboy, apparently this became a bad thing. Because God forbid, there are gamers out there that actually want and actually spoke out to get better. I mean, look at some of these comments from Trey. He's claiming that the plan was always 180 days. But yet, he has no proof. My proof is that they said they were unable to guarantee, and that there may be a grace period. Because if it was always 180 days, they would have not stated in language that there's no guarantee, or that there may be 180 days. It would have always just said 180 days. He even went as far as to say, why would they highlight what would happen if you cancel a service during advertising? Are you dumb? Why would they highlight something for a paid service? I don't know, Trey. Maybe because they have to? You are subscribing to a service that has an FAQ and a terms of service. A service that has been out for 2 weeks. They can't exactly not tell you that. It's even more hilarious that you are actually advocating for a business to practice the business of actually hiding details like that. So I don't even know what's more egregious. You actually believing that this was the original language of 180 days despite them not saying 180 days? Or you saying that they actively went out of their way to hide that information? The amount of excuses you Nintendo fanboys make is absolutely pathetic. This is what happens when you stop fanboying, when you stop damage controlling, and you ask for better. You get better. So stop damage controlling and help us make a better Switch and a better Nintendo.